Hey everybody, it's Jason Blaha here, and today I want to get back to basics with you guys just a little bit because something that I've seen come up a few times, some people don't understand why it was so easy when they started out to recomposition, to gain muscle and lose fat at the same time, and as the more advanced they get, the more difficult it is. Really, the explanation for that is not because the fat loss component is easier. Fat loss is purely about nutrient partitioning, calories in, calories out. Really, it's the muscle side of it. And what you find is that the more fat you have, the easier it is to recomposition. And the more muscle you have, the harder it is to recomposition, meaning the longer you've been training. The reason for it is pretty simple. It basically comes down to the fact that when you first start out and you're making new gains, it is so easy to gain muscle that your body doesn't need a calorie surplus to gain it. What you find early on is that you can gain muscle whether you're bulking, recompositioning at like maintenance calories, or even losing weight slowly. And particularly if you're very overweight, you can actually gain muscle really fast while losing weight. And it's, again, it has to do with the fact that your body doesn't have much muscle yet. You're in that noob gain phase. You don't need a calorie surplus. As long as you're getting enough rest, proper progressive overload in training, and enough protein in your diet, your body is going to pack on muscle anyways. However, the beauty of that is that you can't create energy out of nothing, meaning muscle has to come from somewhere. It is tissue. It has to be created from something. And in that case, that something happens to be from protein that you're consuming. Well, if you're using protein that you're consuming to build muscle and you're having to take energy to build that muscle and use calories to do it, it has to come from somewhere. And if you're at maintenance calories, well, you're basically going to maintain your body weight while doing that. But what's going to happen, every pound of muscle that you gain is going to have to pull a corresponding amount of energy from somewhere. It's going to have to come from your energy reserves because you're not eating enough to actually gain weight, to gain tissue weight. It's going to have to come from your fat and reduce that. And if you're under eating and losing weight, you're going to double your fat loss, because basically your body is not only going to have to pull energy reserves for your basic metabolism and exercise from that body fat, it is going to have to pull the extra calories used to build that new muscle tissue from your body fat if you're not eating enough food to do that. So really, when you're losing weight slowly, you're actually doubling up as a novice when you're a noob. When you first start lifting, every pound of muscle that you're gaining is stripping a pound of body fat off your body in addition to whatever weight you're losing at that point. And really, it just comes down to the fact that it's so easy to gain muscle that your body doesn't need a lot of nutrition to do it as a noob early on. And the more advanced you get, the more difficult and the more resistant your body becomes to putting on that muscle tissue. So as you get more advanced, gaining muscle while losing fat at the same time becomes more and more difficult. It requires far more strategy, far more structure. But when you're a noob, it comes down to the fact that your body will gain muscle with just any good program. As long as you get enough protein in and enough sleep, it will slap it on and it will find a place to get that energy from. And generally, that's going to come from your fat. So it really is that simple. The explanation for this is actually really simple when you think about it. All right, guys, but that's really all I have to say on that today. I hope it's been informative, and I will talk to you guys next time.